Burp. Burp.
What a stud. My biggest buck, I think, with a bow.
I'm gonna let him get through the gateway and then I'm gonna hit him with a couple grunts. See if we can't pull him back up here. There he goes. There he goes. Smoked him. I just smoked Whitey. It's 10 after 6. I just hammered him. He came through our old gateway. I gave him a couple grunts. He came right to us. Probably 27 yards. I hammered him.
It's almost about time to wrap it up here tonight. Been a pretty slow night. We had don't want to fall in and then a little buck come underneath us right when we got in the tree. And then after that it got pretty slow. Oh, right here. It's him, it's him, it's him. I think I drilled him.
Gee, look at the brows on that buck. He looks almost identical to my 10 last year. What a freaking awesome deer.
Buck right here. Yeah. Yeah, I'll shoot that deer.
We've literally been in the tree. I don't even think we're completely set up yet.
That deer. Oh yeah.
We had phenomenal blood for 400 or 500 yards and just never stopped. He bedded twice and must have been bedded and just knew he wasn't gonna make it and fell down the rest of the way of the hill. It feels nice to punch a Wisconsin tag.
I've seen enough of them. All right, here we go. Ready? shot him. Go down. He just bedded down. Oh man. I can't believe that just happened, dude. First deer of the trip. Truly blessed for this opportunity, and couldn't ask for much more than this, and just feel very fortunate. So
today the sun come out. We got standing corn down this hill, probably 400 yards. And these deer should be bedded up here to the north of us, and they should be heading down this afternoon. Barrett, Barrett. I absolutely drilled him. Where'd you want him? I think November 16th, down here in Iowa. We just got him out of the woods, got him out in the open here and propped up. Brandon and I have been at it the last couple of days down here. Weather's been real cold. We got hit with a snowstorm yesterday.
We should be about, we're thinking somewhere within 150 yards of this deer now, from where we seen him this morning. Our guess is he's on the other side of this draw here. We're gonna just ease up on the top here and slowly work it and keep looking down in the draws, and hopefully we can run into him, but we know we're getting pretty close to him here.
Thanks, dude. That's a hell of a deer. The deer still had a lot of life left in him. We were able to get closer on him and get one more arrow in him. It's not the way you want to see it done, but what an awesome buck. I'm happy with him, really happy with him.
Kind of fed out. The winter wheat field behind us. But the next group is already on its way in.
I'm pumped, man. I can't thank these guys enough for bringing me out here. This has been a heck of a trip. This year's been so much fun. Couldn't be happier to have my first out-of-state buck on the ground, especially with Mike Mancl behind the camera. We've been chasing deer for a long time together, and this is the first one he's filmed me kill. Good buck anyway. It's really cool when it all comes together like it has this year.
That's not a very high-scoring deer, but that deer has been a 200-plus pound deer since summer. I think that deer is old. He can walk it up, and he's got so much mass on him. Oh man, I know he's not gonna score worth a hoot, but that is a big deer. That's a big deer. I smoked him.
Ooh, we found him, man. He gave us a good blood trail, but pittered out at the end here. That's a nice main. Oh, just look at that frame. Wow.
Hopefully some show up tonight before dark, because it gets dark quick in here. We're in real tall old timber, so not much sunlight gets through, so hopefully they want to cooperate and want to get at this bait early. Is that through the heart?
I was tore up inside.
Yeah, good head.
Really thought that was a bad shot. Look at that. That is awesome. First bear ever down. Thank you so much, Brad. This has been awesome.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yep.
We keep doing this year in and year out, man. I'm gonna have to owe you. So
Buck down, Dad. Yep. Give me a high five, buddy. I mean, the last 4 years have been a struggle learning a new farm every year. But I'd say we're off to a pretty good start with this one, bud. Don't move. He's walking this way, dude. He's walking right here. Don't hardly move. You on him? Tell me when you're good, Logan.
Super happy we were able to find him. We knew it was going to be a dead deer. It was a little low, a little back, but he was quartering away super hard. So the hunt was awesome last night. Decoy Dan did his job.
see him in the bottom.
Meh.
I thought my shot was a touchback. It looked like long liver. And he ran across the creek and he kind of hunched up. And then he went up the hill and we watched him crash. He's laying dead probably 90 yards from us. Let this deer go overnight. We're gonna go down here where I shot him, go look for the arrow, see if we can find blood, start following the trail.
Right in the middle of those trees.
Alright. This was another buck we had on the list. He's a tight racked, mature deer. Not a high scoring deer, but definitely a mature deer. I'm super happy with him. He's an awesome buck. Pretty sure it's a shooter out here. Right about 150, 200 out.
It's a big flat squeeze right here. First velvet whitetail opening night in North Dakota, 2019. Couldn't ask for anything better. And to start off, I mean, we weren't in a tree more than 2 hours to start the season. This guy walks right in, 15 yards.
Dude, let's go. Let's go. That could not have worked out any better.
Hell yeah, dude.
Damn. Look at those inside points. This week's been a pretty good grind. It's day 7 or 8, and this is our first buck or mature buck encounter that we've actually had in all those days. We made it work tonight. Great night, great buck.
Last night, well, yesterday afternoon was pretty rough on me. We watched this buck go into this last draw probably, I'm gonna tell you, 1,000 yards from here yet. And we waited for what we could see. He never come out. He wasn't in there. I found a little bit of blood, but it's so hard to find blood, and you know, it hits this grass, you can't see it. Coyotes are terrible out here. I figured the coyotes would have got him last night, and they did. I actually walked right up there last night. We got up here this morning, and there's magpies all over.
November 9th, Logan and I just got out here to Ohio. We drove straight through the night after Logan got done with work. We got here about 4 something this morning. We're not familiar with this area that we're going into, so we just let it get light out. And now we're gonna walk up in there and take a look around. I think she's by herself. I could zip her in there. Logan, big buck. Logan, get on. You see him? I'm zoomed in, Max. Yeah, I see him. Mer. Dude, I just smoked him. He's dead. Come up to this river bottom to do some scouting in this buck step. There stands up with this doe, and it had, from the time I saw the deer to the time I shot, had to have been about 5 seconds. Looks like Logan's gonna get 5 days to himself here. I'll be playing cameraman. Nice shot.
Oh, I don't deserve him. I don't deserve him at all. So this morning I said a prayer. I said, Jesus, just help me to keep my patience this year. And I looked across the field, and this dude's down there tending a doe on the other side of the field. And thank you, Jesus. That deer came right across the field, worked his way through Dad's cornfield up here. And I made about a 30, I'm gonna say 35-ish yards or whatever. I put the 35-yard pin right on him, and Jesus guided the arrow, and he's dead right there. I'm gonna say he's one of my biggest bucks ever.
What do you say when you shoot a big buck?
Big buck's down.
Can I get knuckles?
Look alive, everybody. I hope this tickles your fancy. Put it down.
Let's go, baby.
Got him.
We're gonna make this happen.
Yes! Come on.
I am the icebreaker with the filmmakers, hands up, cause we going wild. I am a giant. I got the sauce and I'm never missing when I'm taking these shots.
Got it.
But I am a boss. Get over here, I'ma give you that loss. Number one now, never backing down, we want it all. We gonna shut it down, come on, bring it now, never slowing down, we want it all.
Well, that doesn't get you fired up. Nothing will. Welcome back to another Rut Live.
We want it all.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Rut Live. We're excited for this week. Tonight we've got Mancl in the tree. Isaac is videoing in Iowa. We've got Ross Weeks hunting and Hayden videoing him out of Iowa. We've also got Goulash going to be hunting Wisconsin with Rando working the camera. And the Elliotts are hunting Wisconsin tonight as well. Schellpfeffer in the tree, going to be holding the bow, and Elliott Smith going to be working the camera for him. So we're excited. Got Jimbo in the house tonight, co-hosting with us. We've got a special guest host. It's going to be a good time. We've got some giveaways. Cut to Mancl here in the tree. Jimbo, how's it going, buddy?
Going very good. How about you?
Not too bad, not too bad. It's a beautiful Saturday.
Oh, yeah, it was a very beautiful morning. Spitzley and I had a little bit of a sit this morning, which we seen a bunch of good deer running around. It's just not the ones he wanted, but it was a gorgeous day.
Yeah, heck yeah. Looks like Mancl's got some pretty good conditions, too, where he's at. Little bit breezy. Just slight breeze blowing. Looking forward to hopefully another successful week. We had one of our hunters last week. Rando put a nice buck down in Missouri, and actually Ross, who was having some technical issues on his end, and where was he hunting last week? Wisconsin?
I believe Michigan.
Remember, Jimmy?
That's where he was. Michigan.
That's okay. That's what I thought. Actually, I said Wisconsin, but I was thinking Michigan. I think his dad might have been with him, but ended up successful. Also, we just didn't get that on the live. But check social media, and maybe we'll get a chance. We'll do a little recap on that hunt tonight. But exciting episode. We've got some giveaways to talk about. Just looking forward to it. I don't know if we should announce our special guest host yet, or are we gonna leave that for a surprise? What do you think? We'll leave it for a surprise. The silent boss is telling me to wait. But in any case, looking forward to it. Got our typical trivia questions tonight. Our giveaways, you guys probably remember, we're doing them a little bit differently this year. I think anything over $200, you've got to make a purchase to be entered in for those prizes. Anything under, just answer the trivia question correctly. You'll be entered to win those. And I think we might even have something special lined up for tonight. All right, we're checking in here with Mancl. He's going to go ahead and give us a live breakdown of what things are looking like tonight.
Garden. Hey guys, welcome back to another Rut Live here. We're in the stand here in Iowa. It's October 26th here tonight. Sitting my urban property again tonight. And our setup here, we're basically sitting in a ditch system. We got some ag fields behind us. Timber off to the east and west of us. These deer kind of like to travel this back and forth down through this bottom. In here after a couple good bucks, a couple 10-pointers that have been just starting to show up on the cameras a little bit more. Trying to stay patient here because I know I'd definitely shoot those bucks, but I got a feeling that something bigger is even going to show up. But I got a decoy out here tonight at about 25 yards. And temps are in the low 60s. We got an east-southeast wind, clear skies. Deer should move pretty good tonight. Got a feeling we'll have a good sit here. I already shot a few deer out at Urban this year, all antlerless, so I do have a couple more doe tags. If we get a doe coming perfect tonight, I might take a crack at her, but otherwise, for the most part, we're probably going to be buck hunting. And yeah, pretty pumped. Things are going to be starting to pick up here soon. Kind of still a little bit of pre-rut action here in Iowa, but cameras this morning were going crazy. We had some cold temperatures this morning, and the deer were really on their feet late up in the morning, so I think we'll have another good night here tonight. We're kind of due to see a good one at some point.
All right, good looking set for Mancl. We're going to check in here in just a minute and get an interview from Ross. But in the meantime, thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate the comments on YouTube. Looks like the gang is all checking in. Watching from the blind, Mike Schulte with his 6-year-old. Thanks for checking us out.
What's going on, everybody? Aiden and I are sitting a piece of public ground this evening. We left the house about 1 o'clock this afternoon and just crept into this piece of public. We took our time getting set up. We're sitting inside corner of this cornfield, this standing cornfield. We're sitting here tonight because I got a buck that's showing back up on camera that had history with last year. He's a real nice buck, and this morning I had him on 3 different cameras in here just before daylight, and I know for a fact he's bedding back in here, so we with this wind switch, we decided to get aggressive and push in here. We're only overlooking this 60-yard opening. It's just a little grassy. It's probably 60 yards long by 20 yards wide. But he's been coming out and hitting this scrape just over my shoulder, so we're being aggressive. Hopefully it pays off tonight.
Looking good for Ross, man. He's got a good setup there in Iowa tonight. Hopefully one of these boys will come through for us. Gosh, I gotta oil this chair. You hear that, Jimbo?
Yeah, I hear it every once in a while.
Sorry, y'all. This episode is not brought to you by WD-40.
Yeah, both of those sets look pretty solid. Ross has a lot of good food. Mike's getting in a thicker area. Looks like a lot of good bedding area around them, plus the egg field out on the outside. Both look like really good spots where they're going to get a lot of good opportunities.
Yeah, these boys aren't really interested in wasting any time, so typically you guys always have damn good-looking sets.
Yeah.
Here in just a minute or two, we're going to bring our guest host in for the evening. Jimbo, everybody's excited to see you on the microphone tonight. You got quite a cult following there.
Just a few?
I mean, Big Sexy. Should I call you Big Sexy?
Sure.
Oofed. That was a good sneeze. I mean, the wind's only supposed to be, I think, 7 miles an hour. But it's blowing pretty decent. Right there, it kind of went a little. Now it's going south. That's good. That's gotta be the main scrape.
All right. Everybody, we got our special guest on tonight with us is Rob Mendoza. Rob is the marketing guru at Tethrd. Rob, how's it going, man?
Going good, man. I'm excited to see these guys hunting since I'm not out in the woods.
Yeah, it's the second best thing. It's nowhere near as good as being out there, but it's a good close second.
It is warmer.
Yeah. Well, man, we're happy to have you. We're real excited that you're joining us tonight. Everybody, obviously, all of our people are well aware of Tethrd and what you guys do. And, we had an awesome, successful hunt last week on live with Rando hunting out of Missouri, out of a Tethrd saddle. Shot a beautiful public land buck. What's exciting on the horizon for you right now? I know you also were successful, I think, in Missouri as well, right? Last week?
Yeah. No, that was a few weeks ago now. But
was it?
Yeah, I found some success. It was a lot of driving back and forth. I think I did 3 trips out there. I was chasing a mega. And by the 3rd trip out, I told myself I would settle for the number 2 guy on the farm. So that's what came in, and that got me home early to see my kids, which was nice.
Nice. Well, whatever that mega was must have been ridiculous, because number 2 looked pretty dang good from what I saw.
Yeah, I look very solid.
Number 2 is definitely solid. The mega was, I would have been very excited about that. I was excited about my own. Learned some interesting things about hunting one specific deer, though.
Yeah, don't do it.
Usually I don't run cameras, so I don't know what's coming in, and I'm just tickled pink to shoot whatever it is that gets me excited. So knowing what was on the farm this time, it kind of, I don't want to say it took away a little bit, but maybe it did take away a little bit from being super excited about the one that I went with.
Yeah. No,
I think I'm going to take
I'm
those
with
cameras
you.
down.
Yeah. Yeah. Cameras are fun, but they definitely do rob you of a little bit of joy. There's nothing quite like being surprised.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. Well, tell us a little bit about where are you from? Where do you live?
So originally I'm from Texas, but I was raised in New York. And probably unlike a lot of your viewers, I'm an adult onset hunter. I came up in the skateboard industry, which is in many ways the exact opposite of the hunting industry or hunting culture in general. But in 2018, I went for my first hunt. I was living out in Colorado in Denver, and my best friend finally got me out in the elk woods. And 2 months after I got back, I had quit my job and moved everything that I had up into the mountains to 9,000 feet elevation, and just decided that's what I was going to do for the rest of my life, was carry a bow around. And by the grace of God, it ended up working out. I'm over at Tethrd now, and it's been a crazy ride. That's a very short story of a very long and crazy journey.
Sure. So where you live now?
So now I'm back in New York. I moved back to New York. I was gone for 20 years, and I moved back 4 years ago when we had my first kid. And since then, added another one to the docket. And that has been an equally wild ride as being in the hunting industry.
Sure. Well, cool, man. Are you so what kind of got you started with whitetails? If you cut your teeth on elk, how did you how did you kind of, I don't want to say step backwards into whitetails, but you know what I mean? How did you get into that realm?
So my father-in-law, when I was out there in Denver, well, in Colorado chasing elk, had mentioned that he had 36 acres in southern Missouri. And so in 2019, I went out there and I remember being at the Walmart, and I bought one of those little ground blinds, it looks like a tarp almost that you tie between trees. And this guy was like, "What are you doing with that?" And I said, honestly, I have no idea. I'm going to try to kill a whitetail though with my bow." He like laughed at me. And I remember thinking in that Walmart, like, I suck already at this. So I go out to this farm and I ask my father-in-law, like, "Okay, what's the property lines on this 36 acres?" And he's like, "Oh no, it's 360 acres." I was like, "What, really? That sounds a little bit better." And I asked him when the last time somebody had hunted it was, and he said 15, 20 years. So I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. So there's not going to be a lot of pressure. This could be a good hunt for somebody who has no idea what he's doing." Got out there at like gray light, set up my little tarp, and 15 minutes later, I was tagged out on like a nice 120 buck. And I thought that whitetail hunting was the easiest thing I had ever done. I had just gotten done killing my bull, maybe like a month before, 2 months before, which was grueling, like 21 days of just hell. And 15 minutes into my first whitetail sit being tagged out. And since then, I've been proved just how hard whitetail hunting actually is every year. It seems like it almost gets, I find a way to make myself suffer a little bit more every year whitetail hunting. So long story short, it's anything but easy.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's interesting, man. That's not a story you hear often, you know, as far as people involved in the industry. Like in our circle, most of us, quite a few of us, are kind of grew up in this world. So it's cool to hear a perspective from somebody that got into it kind of more recently, you know, as an adult. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, whitetail hunting. When I first got into whitetail hunting, before I knew what I was, well, I wouldn't even say that I know what I'm doing now. I just, effort and luck seem to intersect and find success there sometimes. But I love the strategy to it. You know, obviously with elk hunting, you got strategy, but you're covering a lot of ground. And with whitetail hunting, what I keep learning is it's more like chess, you know, and really like putting the moves together and knowing when to be aggressive, when to not be aggressive. It's almost as if you have to be more disciplined and more strategic to be successful in the whitetail woods. I not to take anything away from elk hunting or anything, so don't hate me, any Western hunters out there. But
nah,
there's
you heard it
definitely
here
something.
first.
There's definitely something about whitetail hunting that is it's a different kind of challenge, that's for sure.
Yeah. So how did going from that first successful whitetail hunt you had right out of the gate, hunting from the ground, which is my favorite, how did that transition into a career in a saddle hunting business?
So I was living out in the mountains after I got back from that first whitetail hunt, stayed out there for a couple more years or like another year, and was chasing elk, still off the ground, had gone back to Missouri, hunted off the ground. But then, I don't know, I think having a kid, my first kid, I realized that maybe it was time to go back to New York, and there's no elk there. So when I had moved back to New York, I was just, I don't know, probably like anybody else who's just getting into it, was just trying to figure out the best strategies for hunting whitetail deer. Was it off the ground? Was it up in the air? What was it, you know? And I had seen lock on stands, climbers, and then I'd seen this THP video with this guy named Greg Godfrey and Ernie Power, and they were swinging around trees and these like diaper looking things, and it looked cool. They talked about the versatility of it, and I don't know people, not because I didn't grow up in the hunting culture. I didn't really know people in the country who had land that would give me permission to hunt. So I knew I was going to have to attack public land, and I figured being as mobile as possible was going to be the best way to do that. And I settled on a saddle. That same year, I actually emailed Tethrd asking about employment and got denied. And then 2 years later, they did an internship. So all this time, being in the industry for skateboarding, it's all about making videos and shooting photos and getting yourself in people's videos. So had kind of taken that approach. I didn't know that there was a huge industry for it in YouTube and social media because I just didn't really follow along with that kind of stuff. And when they put out this internship for a filmer, I applied, and I was at the ripe age of, 36, 37 years old, I think. So a little bit longer in the tooth. The other two guys were like 18 and 20 when I showed up, and I was kind of like, oh, what am I doing? Like, am I stupid? And I lied to my family. I told them like, hey, this is a paid internship, and they typically hire all their interns. Like, it's a solid sealed deal, just complete bald-faced lie. And Greg, the owner, on our initial phone call when he told me that they would take me on as an intern, he said, we don't typically hire interns. So if that's something that you're going for, where we know that you have a family, you got a kid on the way, this is unpaid, we totally understand if you couldn't do it. And I was like, oh, no, we're good. So the internship got done, and they didn't offer me a job right away. Maybe like a month went by, and I was just like, well, at least I'll go to my grave with an awesome story, And sometime in December, they hit me up and they offered me a full-time job. And that's just where it started. Hit the ground running. Started off managing one of their sales teams, and then helping a little bit on the creative side, and then had a few good ideas and just kept working up the ladder and ended up senior marketing manager right now and doing the team management. I think in the hunting industry, we call it community manager, but in the skateboard industry, we call it team manager. And then I wear a few different hats over there, but it's pretty sweet, man. It's the dream. Sometimes it's a grind balancing actual work and hunting, but it's a grind that I'm blessed to have. That's for sure. I think we all kind of feel that way sometimes, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Very cool, man. So your job is, I'm guessing, presents you with quite a lot of travel.
Yeah, initially it did. I was going down to Tennessee where our headquarters is like every week. And then we have show season that runs from like January to March. And they, that first year of actual employment, you're just yes to everything. I'm down anywhere you need me, I'll be there. And then last year, I actually slowed down a little bit on the traveling. Hunting seasons are crazy, like all of us go maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 states a year, out of state hunts, and then back here in New York. But it's gotten a little bit mellower in the off season, not entirely, but definitely not as crazy as it was that first year. That first year, I was definitely on the road and in the sky, racking up some serious miles on my Delta card.
Yeah. Well, that's good, man. It sounds like as your family grows, your obligations to travel for work have dwindled a little bit. If you can keep that proportion.
Dwindled would be a strong word, but whatever, whatever half of the value of the word dwindled would be, that's where we're at probably.
Okay. All right. Cool, man.
Yeah.
Jimbo, you're awful quiet down there.
No, I was just soaking it in. I mean, that's an awesome story, where you started out, worked your way through all the ranks and stuck with it, and you're in a thriving position and awesome company. That's awesome.
Yeah, like I said before, I'm blessed.
Yeah, taking an unpaid internship nearing your 40s, that's not something people do very often. It kind of, to me, that's respectable, and as a company owner, I would imagine that they saw it that way as well. You got a guy who's obviously got a little commitment, a little skin in the game here, so
oh, yeah.
Chances are you're going to be putting in a little more effort. So that's cool, man. Very interesting.
Not to take away from any of the other kids. Actually, one of them, Casey Knight, is working with the Element now, which was really cool because if anybody out there in the YouTube world looks him up, he's a really good photographer. And when he first started on that internship, I was like kind of mentoring him a bit and explaining like the concept behind, don't worry about the image so much as like the emotion that you're capturing, and really like had some good deep conversations. And then just to see him hit the ground running with it, and now he's doing something. I think that's like equally as rewarding as being in the industry myself, is like seeing somebody else put in the effort and come up from it too,
Mm-hmm. He's another Texas guy, I'm guessing.
What's that?
I said he's another Texas guy, I'm guessing.
No, I think he's actually from Kentucky.
Okay.
Yep.
But is he still living in Kentucky, or is he out in Texas with the Element Boys?
Right now, he's living on the road. After the season, I wouldn't be surprised if he was asked to move somewhere new.
Yeah.
Based off talking to them anyway, they're pretty happy with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I know those guys a little bit. They're pretty good people.
For sure.
Well, what have you got anything interesting or new in the product development world, or any exciting news coming out of Tethrd for this season that our listeners need to be aware of?
Just that we're growing and trying to get some pretty innovative gear, some more game-changing gear, as we like to say. I can't talk too much about the 2025 lineup, but there are some products that I think that they're going to change the way people hunt again, or at least make the way that some people hunt now a little bit more available to the masses, that I'm really excited about. I can't talk too much about it, even though I want to, but you'll have to see. I think we're going to drop everything at ATA, which will be pretty exciting to see the public's response to it, especially if you're a public land hunter. Some of these products might really hit home for you guys. And then everything else is I mean, we're just growing. What's that? Go ahead.
Yeah, nothing. I was just going to say I'm holding out for whenever you guys decide to bring a product to life that is like a bullet actuated grappling hook that connects to the belt, so you can shoot it up into the tree and zip yourself up there, like Batman.
I pitched that idea in a meeting once, and I don't think they thought I was serious, but I definitely was. Like a little silencer on there, and it's nice and quiet, and you just zip up the tree. Seems like a no-brainer to me, but they fight me on those great ideas, you know.
I think it's got a place on the belt.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Well, cool, man. We'll have to pay attention to what you guys have coming up as we roll deeper into the hunting season, and January is kind of ATA season. Be watching and see what comes out of Tethrd.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting.
You guys, what's going on with you guys this season? That buck that got killed the other day was pretty epic. On live.
Yeah,
that's sweet.
He was nice, man. We've got a little bit of a disagreement around here. I'm convinced he's a 3.5-year-old, and everybody laughs at me about it.
Are they calling older? Or don't tell me younger.
I think they're just laughing at me for fun. I don't know. Nobody's calling anything. I'm saying 3.5, and everybody's just like, you're stupid, but I'm sticking by it.
What about Jimbo? What are you saying that deer aged out at?
I'm thinking it's 4.5. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
But also to add to, like the Tethrd stuff, me being a bigger guy, at first I was a little hesitant to try it, but I've tried the saddle, and it is an awesome piece of equipment. I mean, it's very comfortable. Being a bigger guy, it's very relaxing too, where you can just lean back and kind of relax and chill out, and also catch, other things, where your hands, instead of always having one, you have two hands, also like with filming and stuff like that. And it's definitely an awesome tool where you're not minimized like with a ladder stand or, climber, or not only that, or like hang-ons, you can pretty much go anywhere. Like, prime example would be like with Guelig and Randall, where they went out to Missouri and scouted around, and, they found the best tree where, they had, and used the Tethrd, which worked awesome. And, results speak for themselves. Look at the buck they shot, using that awesome equipment. I mean, personally, since I started using it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You're fine.
No.
Well,
I want to hear the.
I mean, personally, like, ever since I started using it, it's very comfortable, and I like it. Before, like with hang-ons, you're making noise. stuff like that, versus you can go check out, like Guelig and Randall, they went and checked out, a spot where they were cruising around that day, looked on the map, went in there, found a awesome spot, and they were, like you said, 4 feet off the ground, found the best spot and set up there. Like them other ones, you're limited, and with the tethered saddle, you're not. You pretty much, the sky's the limit with those. It's awesome. You guys did awesome, with those saddles. I'm excited to see 2025.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, saddle, I mean, for me, obviously, I'm biased in the fact that I work for the company, but for me, it's the best tool. I think that all those other things have their place too. I think obviously you guys know you've been in the industry and you've been hunters long enough to know how tribal people are about their gear. So if something new comes out and their buddy's doing it, they're like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm like tried and true. I'm a ladder stand hunter, or I hunt off the ground. And to me, it just, you limit yourself when you have that mentality. You know what I mean? Like for me, when I worked in the trades, I wanted the best tool for the job. I didn't show up to a job site with a hammer and nothing else. You know what I mean? So I try to think of taking that approach when I'm in the woods. Are the tools that I have the most effective for the goal that I'm trying to accomplish? And if they're not, then I want to have that available to me in some way. It's funny how tribal people can get over it. When I have some friends that they're lugging these climbers through like bedding areas where it's a high stem count and it's just like dinging off their climber the entire way in. And I try to explain to them the benefit of saddle hunting. And they're just so hard-headed, like, no, no, no. And it's not like I'm telling them that a climber is a bad thing, because I think climbers are great. Comfortable, get up, especially I was just down in the South, and I could see why people in the South like using a climber so much, those pines. They just go on forever. You can get 35 feet in the air before you hit a limb, But I like to just have a little bit of everything, whatever's going to get the job done.
Oh yeah, I would agree 100%, because like when you go to Kansas or areas where you don't have the trees and where you're limited on height or size wise, stuff like that, versus with the saddle you're not limited, and you have a ton of availability where you can go versus being limited to spots. Like even like what's nice too is like on farms I have is you see a lot of deer travel just along where there's a bunch of big rock piles and stuff like that along the fence lines, and you have those few trees, but you really can't get up into them. But with a saddle you're not limited, and it gives you way more opportunities versus a lot of the other styles.
Appreciate that, Jimbo. I'm glad you said it.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, it's the truth, truth speaks itself.
For sure. I think it was pretty crazy when you guys had told me they killed that deer 4 feet off the ground. I was like, oh yeah, so they're probably like 6-7 feet. And then I saw the photo that got sent to me, and I was like, oh my God, they were 4 feet off the ground. And I tell people that sometimes. They're like, well, how do you get high enough to hunt out of that thing? And I'm like, well, kind of the beauty of it is, one, you're set up on the backside of a tree and you can get into trees with limbs. So you don't have to hunt 25, 30 feet. You can if you want to, and you're John Eberhart and you want to go as high as humanly possible. But you can also set up right off the ground. My buddy Rendell Eric, I don't know if you guys know him, but he's a monster, dude. He's like 300 something pounds, 6'5", 6'7", size 14 boot. And I filmed him in Iowa a couple of years ago. And when he goes out, he takes his platform and he just off the ground puts it on the tree and then just goes up like 2 sticks. His feet are maybe at 6 feet off the ground. And that's just how he hunts. Okay, cool. So it does work. And I've been messing around a lot with that too, especially with how late I get to the woods sometimes. I'm just like, I don't want to be messing around going up super high in the tree. I'll just get good back cover and kind of just not move a lot.
Well, yeah, definitely. The biggest thing is just getting those few feet off the ground too, where it gives you a little more height advantage, where you can see the overlay a little better, or above that CRP stuff, where you can see them sneaking through versus being on the so much on the ground a lot. And I mean, like you said too, is older people being set in their ways. I was one of those two people, and then I tried that saddle, and man, did I really regret not doing it sooner, because man, it was a huge game changer.
Yeah, I think that a lot of that comes in my short experience that I've had. I've tried to get like every product that gives me an edge over deer. And what I realize is that in an industry where the consumers are trying to get whatever edge they can, it leaves a lot of opportunity for companies to come out with stuff and they're like, you're going to kill a deer with this. You know what I mean? Like I bought every kind of scent elimination kit and just anything that I could in those beginning years. And I think that's where a lot of people's stubbornness come from. It's like they've been burned so many times by buying gimmicky products that when they see
Uh-huh.
something new come out, they're just kind of like, oh yeah, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Whatever the rest of that goes.
I hear you there. But no, you
We've
guys have
got
been doing awesome with a lot of the products, which I want to say thanks, for you guys and all the work you guys put into it. It's just awesome.
Heck yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
It's very sweet of you,
Appreciate that.
Jimbo. We've got some guys chiming in here on the YouTube. Tim Sattler has a good question for you. He's asking if you've got a quick rundown on the essentials for running a saddle for a newbie and an idea of the cost to get started. So like an all-inclusive basic kit type of thing.
For sure. And so the first thing I'll say is there are a ton of companies out there, big ones, small ones, and a lot of them have really great products. So if you have the chance to go to like a local sportsman show, what I encourage everybody to do is get out there and try as many brands as possible because what's awesome for me might not be awesome for the next guy. And at the end of the day, the most important thing is that somebody gets a saddle that they love and they're comfortable in because that helps saddle hunting grow. And that's really the goal of Tethrd is we want to see companies shine. We want to see the industry shine. We want to see mobile hunters just have a little bit more of an edge. That being said, where I would fall in on like price point or gear, you need a saddle, you need a lineman's rope, you need a tether, you need a platform, and you need sticks. So there's like 5 key items. We recently came out with a whole new line called the Grit line. And the thing that's really exciting about that is it really knocks down the price point barrier to entry that a lot of people have. Not everybody has $400 to get the new First Light jacket. No, not everybody has $450 to get our top of the line saddle. And we felt like if we came out with something that was really high quality, but not necessarily the same price tag that went along with it, we'd be able to introduce saddle hunting to a lot more people. And that's exactly what happened. In July, we introduced the Grit line, and it's really geared towards guys who want to get into saddle hunting. They want to be more mobile. They just don't necessarily want to spend like $1,800 to get a full setup. So with those 5 key products, the saddle, the platform, the sticks, and your ropes, your connection rope, you're into it for about anywhere between like $500 and $600 versus with our flagship products at Tethrd, you could be looking at over $1,000. So check out gritgear.com for sure. We have some pretty killer setups on there. And another cool thing about that is with the Grit model, we saw that Tethrd, these shops that were carrying Tethrd, they were directly competing with us, which is really hard because we're like all over the internet. Everybody knows to go to tethrd.com. And it wasn't helping out the shops as much. So when we launched this Grit line in order to help the consumer, we decided to launch that only for wholesalers as well, so that they wouldn't be in direct competition and we could give back to those communities that really started and like keep the hunting industry thriving. So go support Grit, support Tethrd, and go check out these other companies out there too at your local show. That would be my biggest advice too. You said his name was Tim.
Yep. Tim Sattler. Solid answer. Hopefully that gives you what you're looking for, Tim. Now, kind of to speak on that, you're talking about the cost of the overall Tethrd setup versus Grit and what have you. I would like to pick your brain a little bit as an adult onset hunter. What, as you kind of got into this world, what were the biggest hurdles for you? Was it gear? Was it knowledge? Was it like mentorship?
I think to start out, my best friend Shay, shout out to Shay Talley, who got me into hunting, he was a great mentor in terms of like getting me in and answering basic questions. But he was limited too in his experience with hunting, not necessarily his experience, but his knowledge of the nuances of hunting. I think the biggest challenge I faced early on was having too much pride to ask questions from the mentors that I had. I'm sure we've all been in this situation, whether it's hunting or not, but when you hear like a group of guys talking about something you're interested in, and instead of raising your hand and asking a question to specifically explain what they're talking about, you like pretend and you're like, oh yeah, I know, cool, sure, funnel. I know what a funnel is. When I first heard funnel, I think more back to like my college days than I do to running around the deer woods. And I think just asking more questions. Also, I started in the West and I lived in a town of 480 people, and people were really tight-lipped about sharing information, not just with like a new hunter, but somebody who is from the city. So I think kind of breaking down some of those barriers and showing people that it wasn't just like, oh, I saw a YouTube video and I decided to be a hunter. It was more like, no, I love this.
Yeah.
I literally went hunting once and I quit my entire life to learn how to do this. And, eventually I think I earned their respect, and I ended up killing an elk by myself on public land, like the first year that I moved out to Colorado with my bow. So there was a little bit of street cred, just from the grinding, probably more so from how much I grinded to kill that bull than from actually killing it. But I think mentorship's the hardest thing for adult onset hunters. I remember going in and getting my hunter's ed, doing my hunter's ed, and everybody in there was 10, 12 years old. And then I'm in there with like crappy facial hair and like a deeper voice. And I just remember thinking like, am I crazy for wanting to get into this right now? But I don't know. It changed my life. Hunting changed my life. I'm really glad that I stuck with it, because I don't know what else I would be doing right now.
Yeah, awesome. I think we all experience people reaching out, wanting to learn about hunting, and I always wonder. I don't have any experience in that realm. Like I was hiking out in the woods when I was old enough to walk with grandpas, uncles, dad. So
Yeah.
I have no perspective on how difficult it is to get into this world as an outsider. So interesting to hear from you, man. Well, great chatting with you. I think, why don't we maybe do a little giveaway? I think if our listeners purchase a bag of the Full Rut coffee, we'll enter them in for a chance to win something that we and you get together on. I don't know if you got anything in mind from Tethrd, but I think it'd be
I do. So you talk about a grapple hook earlier, and we actually sell it. People probably think that we like plan this, but we actually sell. I call it the grapple hook. It's called the scorpion hook, but it almost looks like a grapple hook. It folds up, and if you're somebody like me who drops all your gear out of the tree, can't tell you how many times that that helped me out. So let's do that, and then let's give away a saddle setup. Let's do a phantom saddle and some ropes and some pockets. And you get me
Awesome.
who's ever information, and I'll get that out to them.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. We really appreciate that. And guys, that's going to be a saddle setup coming from Tethrd. For a chance to win that, get on and order a bag of Full Rut coffee from the Breaking Point. That'll enter you in for a chance to win. Are there any other rules that go along with that, producer man? TheBreakingPointTV.com. Go to the store, buy a single bag. You'll be entered to win. Do we have a timeline on like when that's going to be cut off? Like for folks during the episode, any bag of coffee that's purchased during the episode? Midnight tonight. All right, everybody listening and watching. Midnight tonight. You have until then to order a bag of Full Rut coffee from TheBreakingPointTV.com for a chance to win a sweet saddle setup from Tethrd. All right, don't forget that's the saddle package and the Scorpion hook. And I'm not familiar with that product. From what I gather, you attach a string to it so you can drop it and pick up your goodies when you drop your donuts.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I use it for, actually.
Okay, perfect. Well, that's awesome, man. That's a really cool package. We're really thankful for you and the boys over at Tethrd, boys and girls over at Tethrd, for hooking up one of our listeners with a cool giveaway package.
Heck yeah. Well, hey, thanks for having me on, guys. Good luck. I hope somebody else arrows one tonight. And again, just talking to anybody out there who's just dipping their toe into the hunting realm, just because we were on topic for that, it's going to be hard. And you're going to have tons of questions. The best way to do it is to get out there and screw up as much as possible. So go and screw up some hunts. You'll learn some stuff and you'll find some success. And maybe it'll change your life. And we'll see you on a podcast like this sometime.
Man, I think that might be one of the most important things for a new hunter that you just mentioned. Don't let the hurdles stop you. If you don't have a mentor, don't have great gear, don't have the best access in the world, don't let it bother you. Shrug it off, get out there and just traipse around in the woods. You'd be amazed at how quickly you'll learn and how much you can learn in a short amount of time just with experience being out there. But again, man, thank you so much, Rob, for joining us. I don't know how much time you've got. I'm guessing you're probably on your way out. We're super thankful, man.
Yeah, thank you for
thank you,
everything, and it's very appreciated. And like I said, the technology and all the stuff you did is awesome, man. And is there
Thanks,
anything
Jimbo.
like we can do, like with new learners or anything where we can like direct them to like a really good site or something for you, or even to get in touch
Yeah,
with you?
so our YouTube channel actually has a ton of educational stuff, especially a lot of nuanced things. We actually just did a project with Mossy Oak and THP, and you can head over to Mossy Oak Saddle 101, or it's called Mossy Oak University, and there's a Saddle 101 where we really go into the basics from the ground up. No pun intended, but from the ground up. Literally, these are the pieces of equipment. These are the basics of saddle hunting. And then when you're done with that, just watch some of the videos, and you can always hit us up at hello@Tethrd Nation. We get people all the time that are just asking, I'm interested. I don't know what I'm doing. Can you help me? And you might end up with my email, and we can chat through. So don't be hesitant to get a hold of us. hello@tethrd.com.
Sweet, that's awesome because too, like I do a lot with hunter safety and stuff like that, and taking a lot of youth kids out, and I'm definitely like with that saddle, it's a great tool, and I'm gonna, like with the kids and stuff, I definitely want to, introduce it more instead of just the other like the climber or stuff like that, because the, like with college kids, where they're limited on stuff, you get that, you pretty much can go anywhere and everywhere.
Oh yeah, for sure. It really like eliminates the whole being married to one spot. I mean, again, for somebody, if there's people who are newer to hunting, my first year actually pursuing whitetail hunting, I killed, I think, 3 doe and 1 buck my first year, which I didn't know was like good for somebody's first year, but it all came down to I would set up in a spot and I would just glass and look for deer moving and then be like, okay, cool, I see more deer moving over there. And then I just boom, move over. And it led me to some success and also some pretty stupid failures. But like we said, fail forward, you'll find some success somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. I hear you there.
Well, thanks, dude.
Sweet.
We're
Thanks
super
so
thankful,
much.
man.
Appreciate it.
Great conversation.
Good luck
buddy.
to all you guys this season.
Yeah, you as well on the
Thanks.
rest of your hunts and everything.
He pushed her right off.
Awesome. Well, heck of a good interview. Awesome to have Rob. While we're chatting it up, looks like Goulash has got a little chase action going on here. And I have not been paying attention, so I'm not sure what caliber of buck we're looking at. Jimbo, you got any idea? Oh, there it is.
I was going to say that, but
it looks to me like a 6-year-old.
I didn't want to get him fired up. But I'm good at starting fires.
There you go.
That's how we need you to come. Yards. See, missing half a rack.
So old do you think that
For
deer
some
is?
action. Oh, it's not very. Nowhere near as old as Rando's buck.
Yeah.
I can't see him very well, but
Looks like he's eating on something.
he might. What do you think? I'm not scared to say that's a yearling.
I'd say about year and a half.
I don't think he's any older than that. How many inches? You got a magnifying
Not
glass?
enough. Not enough. For my old eyes,
we got people on
you know.
YouTube. Yeah. I'm not sure those aren't sticks on the tree.
Yeah.
We've got some guys chiming in on YouTube. PY Steve says that's a 35-year-old. Easy, take him out. Ryan says the young bucks are chasing southern Missouri also. Won't be long. And honestly, I wasn't paying close enough attention. I was listening to Rob. I don't know how heavy that chase was. Was it really a chase or just kind of two deer wandering around, you know? Could be time. I guess up there by you guys, it's probably young bucks are probably chasing.
Yeah, and
down here where I'm at, I still early. Yeah, little guys running around.
Yeah, a lot of little ones, and then plus a lot of little ones also, like where the scrapes are. They've been fighting back and forth, just scrapping.
Yeah. Heck yeah. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break here. Stick around. When we come back, we're going to get into our trivia question for the night. Your chance to win some sweet gear.
Testing of the 2024 lineup began years ago.
Put it to the test in Missouri, Kansas, Ohio. That's a beautiful sight. Look at that.
Bringing together this collection of minds of people who actually spend collectively thousands of days in the woods
It was pretty amazing to see how quickly they could adapt and go, okay, that little piece is gone and we're going to fix it.
It just got fine-tuned into something that, in my opinion, is no doubt the best whitetail gear on the planet.
I mean, that's lungs. Hey guys, welcome back to week 2 of Rut Live here in 2024. Appreciate everybody that tuned in last week. Thanks again for being here today. We got some action-packed hunting here, hopefully in front of us. Stay tuned. We're going to be giving away a ton of products from all the partners we work with throughout the broadcast here. Anytime that we put a trivia question on the screen, or you guys are commenting, engaging with the hunters and engaging with the hosts, you're automatically entered into a lot of these products. But some of the higher end products, what we're doing this year, any product that MSRP is over $200, to enter for those products, any $25 spent on our website during this broadcast is going to get your name in the hat for those products. You spend $100, you're in 4 times. Spend $50, you're in twice, so on and so forth. This week, our high dollar items, we got a Rise bow sight from HHA, an Ox 5 blind from Baronet, a core kit from First Light, another Vortex Diamondback rangefinder this week, a $400 gift card from Lacrosse Footwear, and a big high roller target from Morel Targets. Like I said, to get entered into these high dollar items, all you got to do is go to our website here during the broadcast. Every $25 spent is going to be 1 entry for these items. Again, we can't thank you guys enough for watching Rut Live. Back to the action.
Yeah, we're just getting back here from a little break, and Guelig is having some action with a smaller size one that just came in, and hopefully we're going to get to see a lot more action and see something hit the dirt.
Figure him to be about a 32, 33 incher.
27 here.
All right, let's check out some giveaway action. How about that? Yep. Go ahead and announce some winners. What say you, sir? All right, HHA, the Rise bow sight. That's going to Kobe Fisher. We got the Vortex Diamondback rangefinder going to Kyle Meaves. First Light Phase bibs and jacket going to Cody Wanta. The Lacrosse Footwear boots of choice to Jason Zaradka. Tethrd 4-pack of Skeletor sticks, Brian Wiseman. Luminoc 3-pack of Knox, Brian Strange. Schwacker Broadheads ear pack of choice going to Hunter Suckett. Come on, man. That's really your last name? Tack Veins 100-pack and adhesive kit going to TJ Reha. Come Here Deer Red Alert, Connor Nafsger. River's Edge Lightfoot stand going to Colin Carlton. Domain 1AC Big Sexy and Recharge Mineral for Noah Sattler. The Onyx Elite Membership going to Casey Feldner. The Trick Outdoors Bow Hanger and Arrow Station going to Sam Jaskolski. Hunter Safety System Shadow Harness and Lifeline going to Garrett Burton. Morel Targets High Roller going to Jake Lucas. The Phone Scope, Phone Case, and Adapter to Matt Portscheller. Moultrie Edge 2 Cam, the Cell Cam going to Blake Porter. The Tidewee Heated Vest going to Kyle Frid. Black Widow Deer Lures, Branch Butter, and Scrape Rope going to Isaac Odell. The Easton Archery 1 dozen Easton Axis Arrows going to Haley Peach. The Booner Coffee, 1 bag of Full Rut Coffee going to Ryan Gaddy. That's everybody who won from last week. Make sure to keep interacting with us on YouTube, answer the trivia questions, order yourself a bag of Full Rut Coffee for your entry into win for next week. Giving away the Baronet Blinds Ox 5 ground blind. The Black Widow Deer Lures V Breeding Estrus and Scent Wicks. And again, this is for this week's giveaway.
No issues with that camera yet.
The Come Here Deer, your choice of product. Full Rut Coffee Blend. Excellent coffee, by the way, boys. Domain 1 acre seed of your choice and Recharge Mineral.
Yeah,
Easton, 1 dozen Axis arrows. The First Light core bibs and core jacket. Your maybe late season for Southern boys. The Tethrd Rise from HHA. The Hoyt Archery, new 2025 Hoyt bow. They're not even telling you what it is. Grand prize. This is the grand prize. New flagship bow from Hoyt. Can't say anything about it. Probably shoots pretty fast. I imagine it feels dead in the hand. Probably a quiet fire. It's going to be a hell of a prize. The HSS Hunter Safety System, Shadow Harness, and Lifeline. And your choice of lacrosse boots. The Luminoc 3-pack of Knox. And the Morel Targets Big High Roller. The Moultrie Edge 2 Cell Cam. And the Onyx Hunt Elite Membership. The Phone Scope phone case, optic adapter. These things are awesome. Schwacker 3-pack of broadheads. How many Schwackers you guys got nailed in the wall at Dinkota, you think? Tacked vanes, 100-pack vanes of choice, plus a glue kit. Tethrd Predator V platform.
Stop like getting our wind.
This is in addition to the giveaway that Robin and we had talked about doing just special for this episode, where you purchase a bag of Full Rut coffee while we're broadcasting. You're entered to win a saddle package. This is separate from that. Tethrd's also pitching in the Predator V platform for this week's episode. Make sure and comment. You could get real damn lucky and walk away with everything you need to swing from a tree. The Tide Wee heated vest and battery pack. Good for that late season. The Trick Outdoors arrow station and folding bow hanger. The Vortex Diamondback HD 2000 rangefinder. Hunter looks real excited about that one. For every $25 you spend on our website during this broadcast, you'll gain 1 entry toward these items. These are our higher dollar items that Brennan's talking about in the commercial. Awesome stuff. $400 lacrosse gift card. Get yourself a couple good sets of boots with that. Vortex Diamondback, the HHA Rise, the First Light Core Kit, Morel Big High Roller, the Baronet Ox 5 Blind. Just awesome stuff. Do not miss your chance.
What year was the
Tonight's
Camp
trivia
Dakota
question.
built? 2015, 2017, 2016, 2018. Again, the question, what year was Camp Dakota built? A, 2015, B.
They're sequential. A, 2015, B, 2016, C, 2017, or D, 2018. Chime in with your answers now. Get entered to win some awesome prizes. Checking in live with Mancl and Goulash. Goulash still got that little buck out front, huh?
Yeah, the 27-incher is still running around.
We got Travis Trader on the YouTube with a 27-incher. Travis Trader on the YouTube says he sees the scrape rope was a giveaway prize last week. Are they worth the hype? Seems like summer is the best time to put them out. Would I gain anything hanging one out at this point in the year? Jimbo, I'm going to let you take that one because I don't ever mess with those.
I would say you're good to go pretty much. I mean, usually when they're running and stuff, you can even, well, I've done it where I've established a new scrape and cleaned it out and, used Black Widow and used, branch butter and stuff like that. And pretty much next one comes rolling around, hits it, and then it's like a carousel. They just keep coming back and forth to it.
There you have it. I know all you boys get good action on that scrape rope from what I've seen.
Yeah,
Brian
I've had a lot of
Kolzak.
success with it.
Brian Kolzak chimes in, says, what a day here in Illinois. 15 minutes in and my 8-year-old shits his pants. Made him walk to the road so his mom could pick him up. Saw 3 bucks and a few does. That's the life, man. The old walk of shame. Heading to the road for mom to pick you up. With pants full of turd. No bueno.
That's a bad day, that's for sure.
Yeah. Nothing hadn't happened to all of us, you know what I mean?
Yep. Stuff happens.
Yeah. A lot of answers coming in on the trivia question. Everybody's saying B. Everybody's saying B. I think you got another good trivia question when I was introducing the giveaways, the Schwacker broadheads. I wonder how many broadheads are pounded into that Dinkota sign. I don't think we've done that as a question before, have we? Does anyone know? Producer man? Producer man doesn't listen.
I have a rough guess, but not an exact guess on that one. But that would be a really good trivia question, I would say, on that for next show.
Yeah, one of them coming down the pike. We're going to check back in with our trivia question one more time so everybody gets a shot. What year was Camp Dinkota built? Was it A, 2015, B, 2016, C, 2017, or D, 2018? So far, looks like B is the hot guess. 2016, everybody's saying. We've got a couple of C's in there, too. 2017. Give us your best guess. Get entered to win something awesome that you definitely need. Got a lot of B's coming in on that trivia question. I'm pretty sure that's not correct. I think Jessica steered you all wrong. All right, everybody, we're going to take a second while we got this young buck out in the field. For everybody who didn't get a chance to tune in last week, we'll recap Rando's awesome hunt. Success in Missouri, hunting from his Tethrd saddle, 4 feet off the ground. Just a really cool experience. Let's go. Let's open the season. Oh, come on!
I've been standing here for 5 minutes. How did I not see?
Well, we found him here. He actually barely made it out of the field. He was sitting right on the fence line, but we came back to where we initially shot, left the arrow there. We found blood for the first maybe 75 to 100 yards, and then we lost it. We kind of watched the video back. We knew we went down this path. We just didn't know how far before we cut back up the hill, and we couldn't find anything. So we kind of made a decision. We're like, all right, we had the video. We knew kind of where we lost them over this hill. Let's maybe just go that direction and see if we can't find them. And as soon as I crested the hill, he was clear as day, sitting right here. Like I said, laying right on the edge of the field. So super jacked up, biggest buck of my life by far. It's even crazier. We found this piece yesterday at noon. Me and Dylan got done with our morning hunt, and I told him, let's just go for a little drive, check out this piece and see what it's all about. And put some boots on the ground, found that water hole with the standing crops next to it, and kind of knew we had to be there, at least he was working it. So yeah, just truly unbelievable. A hunt we'll never forget. And day 2 of Missouri, got it done.
Gosh, that was a beautiful 3.5-year-old.
4.5.
You're probably right. I'm sticking to it. Awesome, though. Maybe if we get a little lucky. Yeah. Maybe, we've mentioned that we weren't able to get Ross on the live. We scheduled him on last week. Some technical issues kept him off the episode, but he did shoot a slammer. Maybe we'll get lucky and have a little recap action of that as well. Just kidding. We're not lucky. We're not lucky. I'm getting a head shake from Daddy Producer.
Yeah, that was a pretty amazing hunt that Randall had. I actually got the luck, was able to talk to him a little bit that night and then the next morning, and it was pretty awesome just to hear him tell his story of how they started out there, how they came to that spot, and how everything came together. It was pretty awesome.
Goulash and Rando must be doing a little smooching in that tree because they just got busted by that little buck for sure.
That 27-incher?
Yeah. Next year's table fare, you mean?
Yeah.
I guess maybe they didn't get spotted too bad. Little guys hanging around. We're going to take a second and kind of dive into this year's grand prize giveaway. We touched on it briefly. It's a new Hoyt bow, but our good buddy Brennan's going to bring in the details for us.
Hey guys, hopefully you're enjoying the action here on RUT Live. We can't thank you guys enough for tuning in and showing support here throughout this live broadcast. Just wanted to talk to you real quick about our 2024 Rut Live Grand Prize. Hoyt Archery is going to give one of you guys a 2025 bow. This is a brand new bow, isn't even announced yet. We don't even have our hands on it, but one of you guys is going to have that opportunity to get your hands on this new Hoyt bow. All you got to do to enter for the Hoyt bow is subscribe to our channel and join what we call the Breaking Point Club. Go to our YouTube channel and all you got to click is join. It's $4.99 a month, and not only is it going to get you in for this bow drawing, it's also going to give you early access to our videos, member-only live stream Q&As, and so much more. So if you want to get in for the 2025 bow, go over and join the Breaking Point Club. And again, we appreciate you guys watching Rut Live.
All right, guys, there you have it. That's a pretty big deal. That's going to be an awesome prize for some lucky watcher, listener, viewer. Hoyt is awesome. Just kind of a standard of excellence over there, so you know it's going to be something sweet. Every year they seem to outdo their previous year's offerings, which is insane in itself. And don't forget to enter for a chance to win that grand prize this year. Subscribe to the YouTube Breaking Point. Join the Breaking Point Club, or the YouTube channel, and join the club. With that membership, you'll be entered to win the 2025 Hoyt. And I'm not sure what our timeline is yet for when that's going to be given away, but you're going to be the first one of your buddies to have it if you win. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, that's a pretty sweet grand prize. I mean, you can't get anything nicer for shooting wise.
What are you shooting, Jimbo?
I shoot Hoyt. Well, I haven't been able to do any shooting this year because I had shoulder surgery, so I've been on the back burner all this whole season because it's recovery mode, and I definitely don't want to do anything to mess that up because that was not a fun surgery.
You're not just going to jump right into the crossbow scene?
No, that, everybody has their views on it, and that's something that I don't want to do yet, so I'm holding out.
Sure.
Like I said, I'm a little stubborn, but eventually, when I get older and can't pull a bow back. But this year I'm just taking off and recouping and doing other tasks and stuff where I can help out.
Yeah, heck yeah. Very noble of you. We wish you a speedy recovery.
Yeah, it's a long one. I had a doozy.
Are you doing a bunch of physical therapy now, or?
Yeah, going 2 to 3 times a week, getting a bunch of programs, and then like when I take off where I won't be able to get there, they send it in my program, and I keep up on that program where they physically show you how to do it, and then that way you're not bound there. Where with the program you can get out and like they set that up for me when I went up to Camp Dakota and did all my nice exercises there and was able to get away for a little bit. It was just pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But it is pretty boring when you can't do anything.
Yeah. Is that affecting your camera operation too?
I'm taking it step by step where my direction from my physical therapist and what I can do and what I can't do. So I can do some of it, but there's some other stuff that I can't do where I'm just taking all my direction from my physical therapist and doctor and pretty much day by day.
Heck yeah. All right, guys, we're going to take this moment here to get another commercial in. We kind of spent a lot of time talking with Rob, didn't get any commercials in early in the episode, so we got a few to make up for. Stick with us.
Luminox are brighter, more durable, and with replaceable batteries, the longest-lasting compound and crossbow lighted Nox on the market, period. When your moment of truth comes, rely on the only lighted Nox trusted by the best. Luminox. Light 'em up at luminox.com.
In a very short amount of time, Tac Vanes has really dominated the tournament world as far as 3D goes and excelled in hunting. We've made the quietest, most stiff, accurate vane in the industry. We're very proud of what we've done. We make all kinds of different sizes, profiles for any application. And if you want to check those out, go to tacvanes.com.
Welcome back, everybody. We're checking back in with Cheeks Weeks in Iowa. Got a little action. Something's moving around in there. Just about center screen.
Yeah, just hopping around. Doesn't want to peek its head up.
It's probably the antlers are too heavy to lift up there.
Maybe it's the golfer from Caddyshack.
That was a classic movie, man. I haven't seen Caddyshack in a long time.
Yeah, that was definitely a classic.
So your shoulder obviously took you out of commission, Jimbo, for this season. But what bow are you shooting for?
Huh?
What I mean, before your injury, you know, what are you shooting when you go back to shooting bows?
I'll go back to shooting my Hoyt. I have the basic Hoyt, which I really enjoy, and shoots really good for me. And what I love is a lot of the grips out there. It's tough to get used to, but I really love that Hoyt grip. The Hoyt grip, it sits well in your hand, and it feels the most comfortable for me. And I mean, I've shot a lot of bows, and by far that Hoyt is the best.
Yeah, you can't argue with the fact that make a good bow for sure.
Yeah. It's crazy on, every competitor out there is always trying to outdo each other, this little edge, that little edge, and it's crazy how technology has come from way back when to now. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's funny finding a balance. We even Rob kind of highlighted this at one point. He talked about wanting to have all the gear that gives him an advantage. But he also touched earlier on in the conversation when talking about trail cameras, how he's considering running less or taking them down, because he likes the element of surprise. And I thought that's every hunter in a nutshell. You're trying to find a balance between having all the stuff, the great gear that works well, but there's also something to be said for the element of surprise, just for getting out there with what you do have and not being concerned with all the latest, greatest everything. But that's just something I took away from that conversation. I feel like that's in all of us to some degree.
Oh yeah, I would agree 100% on that.
You got to keep yourself from getting caught up in going down that rabbit hole of, this will make me 5% better, or this will make me 10% better. At some point, you lose sight of what you're doing if you're only worried about being the best.
Yeah, I would agree 100% on that. But what's cool too is, like every hunt, they're never the same. Every hunt has a different scenario, and like even with all my hunts, it's like, man, I remember that hunt. Like when my first rifle hunt, I remember, going out early in the morning, and it wasn't huge. It was maybe like a 6-inch spike. But I remember it like it was yesterday. At 50 yards, came out and took my shot, and I was able to harvest my first ever deer, which I'll never forget. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. How old were you?
Yeah. I was 16 at that age.
Very cool.
Yeah. I had the Coke bottle glasses. I remember that, and had all my orange, but and then plus, like my uncle and family that were there to experience that, teach me how to properly field dress the deer and take care of it, and it's just a lot of memories, the camaraderie stuff, with all different people and family, which it's awesome, Then also too, like with those youth hunt programs and mentor hunt programs, it's just awesome, being able to pass that knowledge on to kids or people that aren't able to go out because they don't have places to go. Where like me, I'm very fortunate, which I don't take it for granted. Where I take a lot of people out where I can hunt because I enjoy the sport that much. Where it's just awesome to see like a little kid harvest their first deer or turkey or whatever game they're after. It just brings back memories when I was a little kid.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah, I still remember my first successful hunt also. Same thing, man. Actually, I was with my dad. We popped up on it was a youth hunt here in Tennessee. I was 10.
Mm-hmm.
We popped up on a little spike. We were walking in and shot him from standing with a 12 gauge at 10 years old. Shot him in the throat. He died immediately. It was fortunate for me, but I called
quick humane
called
kill.
Grandpa. Yeah. It was ethical. Not where I was trying to shoot him, but I was 10, so
a lot of stuff going through your mind when you're that age.
Oh, for sure, man. There's a lot of stuff going through my mind at this age.
Oh yeah.
But called Grandpa, called my uncle, and said, "Shot him right in the esophagus." My uncle's like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah, that kind of brings back of a memory when I took my cousin's little daughter out this last year. She shot her first turkey, which was a Jake, but just listening to her tell her story, she's like, I could hear my heart just go thump, 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 and then just listening to her tell Dad, and Dad was just grin ear to ear, which was really rewarding just to be when you take kids out and just to see their reactions and interactions with their parents. It's just awesome.
That's awesome, Jimbo. That's what it's all about, man. We've got
I love it.
Yeah, for sure. We've got a bunch of people right now chiming in on YouTube. We'll check in with them, but first we're going to get an interview from Goulash. Goulash. Doesn't he look like Gru?
Yeah.
Well, Brandon and I came out to our property tonight. We're sitting not too far from the cabin, actually. It's a spot we call the doe plot. We typically just like to shoot does in this area. It keeps a lot of pressure off of our property back further. That's usually the better stuff for mature bucks, but this year we got a pretty decent buck hitting a scrape and frequently coming through this food plot. We decided to nickname him Hugh. We actually had pictures of him this morning coming into the plot and going south to the bedding at like 5 in the morning. So he's definitely, I think, stayed in the bedding all day. Now it's just a matter of if he gets up in time and makes his way out. There's a field of food to the north of us. So they typically come out of the bedding, hit this food plot, cross the ditch that's to the north of us, and then go to the neighbor's field. So I think we got a good chance. Brandon and I are riding a pretty big high from last week down in Missouri, and just feeling very confident. So we've got about 45 minutes or so left. So we'll see what happens. He's been daylight a couple times in this plot already this year, so I think we got a good chance of seeing him yet. But so far we've just seen that little buck, and a doe came through, and the buck pushed off the doe. So the only other thing we got that's not the greatest is our wind's kind of marginal. It's northwest, it's going to be switching to southwest. And with the northwest wind, it catches the corner of this plot. The further it swings to the south, the better we are, so. But the only other thing, it's pretty dead calm too, so we gotta be pretty careful with our movements. We'll try our best to see what we can do. Should be a good end of the night.
What's shaking?
What's shaking with you? We've got Maggie Kokaska on YouTube says she briefly dated Dylan Guelig a few summers ago. He was a tremendous lover and a great guy. He just couldn't kill big bucks, so she had to let him go. Good luck this season.
He gets bombarded all the time. He can't catch a break.
No. He had everything going for him up until they just failing on the big bucks, man.
Nope.
People are rough on Goulash.
Yeah, he gets it from both ends.
I'll take your word for that. We've got some folks chiming in saying they're trying to subscribe to the Breaking Point, or trying to join the membership, the Breaking Point Club, and having difficulty. It might not pop up on mobile. You may have to go to a browser on a computer, laptop, desktop, something like that. Yep, to see the join button. Or there's probably a way to view the original website from your phone, not in mobile mode. I'm pretty sure there is, but I'm not smart enough to know how to do it. But we'll get it squared away. And you've got the duration of the Rut Live season, a couple more episodes to get in on your chance to win that bow. So we'll get it squared away and get you joined up before the season's over. Actually, producer Daddy is telling me that it might be an Apple-specific issue. It should work on an Android fine, or Google Chrome browser, something like that. So if you've got an Apple phone and that's all you got, try downloading a different browser and accessing it that way. whatever it takes for the new Hoyt bow. It's probably going to shoot flaming rockets. I don't know what they could come up with next year.
See, Mikey's tapping some good old black racks. Can't go wrong.
It's that time.
You betcha.
Light's starting to get a little lower.
Yeah. It's getting to be that crunch time where it's almost that magic hour where the big boy steps out.
It's getting close. It's getting close, man. Sorry, I'm just on my phone monkeying with the Breaking Point channel, seeing what I need to do to become a member. I should probably be a member. I should join. It's a cool concept that you guys are doing, becoming a member on the YouTube there on the page, getting early access to videos, live Q&As. Your favorite handsome stars such as Michael Mancl. Gosh, nobody blows a gun call like that guy.
Well, last weekend he didn't want anything to do with it, so maybe.
Oh boy. It's roast hour here.
That's a compliment, Jimbo.
But also, like me too, I'd like to give a shout out to all the viewers and everybody, all the sponsors, everything, and everybody that, you know, helps to make this possible. I'd like to give a big shout out to all those people and say thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It takes a lot of hands in the pot to make this soup.
Oh yeah, you betcha. It's just not onions and butter. That's for sure. But no, I wanted to just give a big shout out to everybody that watches it, tunes in, and, you know, all the people that donate these prizes for, you know, people answering trivia and everything. If it wasn't for them, you know, none of this would be possible. So I just want to give a big shout out and say thank you to everybody.
Heck yeah. We're all part of the same machine, and we need every piece to make it work.
Yep, you betcha on that.
Good old you betcha. I don't get many of those down here. It's good to hear.
Yeah. Down that way there? Down there?
Down this way here, yeah.
Yeah, there, hey there.
We don't get a lot of northern talk in that.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like, do you have a Google account, YouTube account?
Or we got Mancl live from the tree trying to troubleshoot the membership.
Yeah.
I just looked at it on a desktop and assumed, like, how can't they not have it on a phone? Just got the HD up over here. We got him everywhere this morning. I had him.
So you have any big trips coming up, Carrots, or you just
I'm tripped out,
taking
man.
it easy?
Yeah. I'm staying home. All of my travel recently, we've been up to Michigan a bunch. Well, I've only been up once. My wife's been up a couple times. Her
It's a great
grandmother,
place.
well, yeah, we love it. But her grandmothers, two of them actually passed away this past month.
Oh, sorry
and
to
her
hear
sister
that.
got.
Sorry to hear that. My
Yeah,
condolences.
yeah. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
And her sister also got married, so she's been bouncing around, and I've been up there, and it kind of has burned me out for any kind of travel. But
Well, I hear
a lot
you
of
there.
good, a lot of good deer hunting around home. I kind of prefer that anyway, to stay home and hunt. I don't like being away from the family any more than I gotta be. So
Yeah, it's tough when you have kids, missing them all the time. I know I watch my cousin's kids a lot, and miss seeing those two, and just getting text the other day from the one giving me some grief, joking around, but I hear you there.
Yeah. Yeah, the travel, going to new places and hunting. I used to go up to Kentucky and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, but it's just something about home. I'm just kind of a homebody.
Yeah, I hear you there. Nothing beats your own bed, right?
No, and I don't have any content to create, so I'm not quite as motivated to run around like you guys are. All right, everybody, we're going to take another commercial break. This will be our third commercial break. We will be right back. Stick around. We got more action coming up.
Hey guys, hopefully you're enjoying the action here on RUT Live. We can't thank you guys enough for tuning in and showing support here throughout this live broadcast. Just wanted to talk to you real quick about our 2024 RUT Live Grand Prize. Hoyt Archery is going to give one of you guys a 2025 bow. This is a brand new bow, isn't even announced yet. We don't even have our hands on it, but one of you guys is going to have that opportunity to get your hands on this new Hoyt bow. All you got to do to enter for the Hoyt bow is subscribe to our channel and join what we call the Breaking Point Club. Go to our YouTube channel and all you got to click is join. It's $4.99 a month, and not only is it going to get you in for this bow drawing, it's also going to give you early access to our videos, member-only live stream Q&As, and so much more. So if you want to get in for the 2025 bowl, go over and join the Breaking Point Club. And again, we appreciate you guys watching RUT Live.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Checking back in with Goulash in Wisconsin. We got Rando as the cameraman tonight. After Rando's success in Missouri last week, they're switching it up. Boy, I don't know if you guys are following these YouTube comments or not, but she's on fire tonight.
We got a south wind tomorrow.
On Guelig?
I'm
not following it, but
just everything.
Yeah.
Your top plot wouldn't be bad, like the back plot.
People just getting fired up in here, man. It's funny. It's hilarious. Terry Brands Wrestling is curious whether Mancl was blowing on a grunt call or a fleshlight.
How wide?
Jeez.
God. Let's keep it family friendly, everybody.
It's an 8 or a 10.
Yeah.
Fire up the old Windows 98 to become a member. Oh my gosh. But yeah, again, everybody that's having a hard time joining that membership, we will get it worked out for you for sure. If you use a desktop, laptop, either or, you'll have no issues. If you don't have access to that, we're working on that end for you. November 9th is the final day to enter for the big Hoyt bow giveaway. So as long as you've joined the membership by November 9th, we'll be good, and we'll make sure that everybody who's wanting to gets a chance to do that. It's $4.99 a month, and it's great content, access to early access to videos rather, live Q&As. What else you guys doing?
It's a pretty big lineup
I thought there was,
that they have, but
yeah, I thought there was something else I heard Brennan talking about that was specifically for the members. I think maybe giveaways. Got good color change on the old leaves there for Ross Weeks in Iowa.
yeah.
What's the scape look like there in Michigan where you're at, Jimbo?
I'd say it's about the same. It's a lot of good colors up here, a lot of stuff changing, and it was pretty mild day for cool wise this morning, but as the day went on, it started to warm up, but the wind did start to pick up, and tomorrow is supposed to be a big day, according to Mr. Spitzley, where a really good temp drop, where a lot of the action should really pick up tomorrow here in Michigan, so be exciting to see how tomorrow unfolds.
Yeah, heck yeah. What's your timeline? And I know that you're not a Michigan guy, but I would imagine you've got a muzzleloader season creeping in up there pretty soon. I don't know when that starts. Spitzley will probably fill us in on that, but just curious how much pure archery time is left. November 15th, first day of gun season. I guess, does Michigan not have an early muzzleloader? Like before? I guess not, because you got to have a shotgun in the lower portions of the state. Or a straight wall. Huh. I haven't hunted up there in quite some time.
That is out of my element because I have yet to hunt in Michigan. I fished in Michigan, but never hunted yet. Maybe Mr. Spitzley will invite me up here to do some, and I can break that. But I know in Wisconsin, muzzleloader in Wisconsin's just after rifle season, which it's crazy how fast all these seasons are going. You know, it just seems like bow hunting just started, but now it's almost, pre-rut, rut, and next thing you know, you'll turn around and it's going to be rifle season, like in Wisconsin, because muzzleloader in Wisconsin starts December 2nd through the 11th, and then it's crazy how pretty much everything after that is pretty much in the books, how hunting just wraps up so quickly. It just seems like you start food plotting, planning, getting all your chips and stuff all ready for, getting ready for the big hunts and stuff. And, next thing you know, bam, it's already ice fishing time.
Yeah, we've actually got our muzzleloader season starts next Saturday, pretty sure. So we get a little bit of we get muzzleloader before rifle comes in. I was just going to say that it's kind of nice to have that little bit of muzzleloader access before rifle takes off, because there are obviously less pressure in the woods, not as many muzzleloader guys as there are rifle hunters, but also deer hunting gets a hell of a lot better after muzzleloader season. So rifle season, Thanksgiving time is pretty hot around here.
Now, you would think that would kind of make a lot more sense, like muzzleloader before rifle, because, a lot of it is with the rut, where it gives those deer a little more time to get where they're recap versus recouped, from getting run down, versus rifle comes rolling around and you have basically the Orange Army out there, where pretty much, a lot of run down bucks from, the first rut and stuff like that, and pretty much doesn't give those deer a lot of chance to recover, versus that first muzzleloader gives them a little more opportunity, because there's not the probability there aren't so many people out in the woods, versus like with muzzleloader, the least amount.
Right. Yeah, I don't have any complaints about the way the seasons are set up here. Good old snot rocket from Mancl. Gotta love that.
Fire in the hole, a little dynamite, blow that out.
Going to give our trivia question one last brush here. Maybe not the last one. Probably do it again. But enter your correct answer in the YouTube comments for your chance to win some of our awesome giveaways. There goes Mancl, firing up that grunt call again. He's like the Michael Jordan of the... Oh, gosh. Extinguisher? Was that one of like the old school real good buck grunt call? Was that what it was called?
I would say more the buck roar, in my opinion. That extinguisher.
All right, enough with the snot rockets. What year was Camp Dakota built? Was it A, 2015, B, 2016, C, 2017, or D, 2018? Throw the correct answer in the YouTube comments for your chance to win. Again, these YouTube comment trivia answers are entering you automatically for a chance to win any of our giveaways that are under $200. If you buy a bag of Full Rut coffee or any of the gear on the store during the episodes, you'll be entered in for the more expensive prizes. And if you join as a member to the Breaking Point Club, you'll be entered in for that new Hoyt bow, the top secret stealth machine, whatever that is. It just always looks like inappropriate when I see pictures of it because it's blurred out. Heck of a lot of good stuff we're giving away again, man. It's like my favorite part about doing this
stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
a lot of
I
good
enjoy
products where it gives you that little extra edge. You never can go wrong.
No, that's honestly my favorite part about what we do with these episodes. It's just really cool to have companies that come alongside and throw a bunch of stuff in the hat. Get to give it out to the guys watching and girls watching and listening.
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure on that.
Looks like everybody in the trivia comments is switching their answer from B to C. We will see what's correct.
Time will tell.
Jimbo, you're up to 110 followers now.
Yeah.
That's what the comments are ripping off here. Everybody's proud of you.
Hey, you got to start somewhere. I started small. Now I just slowly work into bigger, newer and better things.
I don't think I've even looked at my Instagram.
My drink is gone.
Last year.
Yeah.
Spitzley is telling. Producer Daddy's giving Jimbo a hard time about not sipping.
Producer Sar is falling behind over there. Hey, you should have one in that little room of yours where you can just slide it through the window. I'm right next to you. Or did I forget my tap on the wall? 2 tap speeds. I need a refill.
3 taps. You don't tap the wall 3 times. You don't want to find out what that is.
Okay. Hey, isn't that what the commercial is for? You know, with that commercial, you can make it up and down in time. Oh, now you're going to blame me.
The boys are commenting on the YouTube saying, somebody get Jimbo a vodka Red Bull.
See, she's empty. Cheeks aren't totally red yet.
They're warming up.
Yep, you betcha. Starting some fires. But too, hopefully, boys get rocking and rolling. You know, get some opportunities here. Be sweet to see another big one. We're all in, just like Randall had that one come in and give a good show and a lot of good suspense.
Yeah, that's what we're here for, man. That's
yeah, definitely.
That'd be something to have back-to-back episodes with success. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I would not be surprised, you know, as we continue doing this year after year. We're getting a little more dialed in every year. I can't even imagine the circus that's going on in the tree with these guys. I'm not a big filmer. I've tried it for a season or two and hated pretty much every part of it. So never been my thing, just too much going on. But
it's definitely an art. I mean,
yeah.
Well, once you get used to it and you get the knack, I mean, I remember when I first started my first film hunt with Michael, and man, I was not good. Mike had some bucks come running in, and they went zipping by so fast, I didn't even have time to get the camera. Mike looks at me, "Did you get those or no?" And I said, "Nope, I did not get those." He just chuckled a little bit, and he goes, "Well, just got to get used to it. You got to start somewhere." So kept at it, came a long way.
Yeah, it just takes practice, but the whole YouTube live thing adds another element, another layer of complication. But we're getting smooth at it. They're getting good at it. So,
oh yeah, definitely.
As that progresses, the success rates are just going to climb.
Oh yeah. Well, too, I've had guys that I know that weren't able to get out and hunt, where they watched it. And I received text messages, you know, from them saying, "Man, that was awesome. It's just like I was there. It was so suspenseful," and you know, sent me a big 2 thumbs up and said, "Keep at it," because he was pretty jacked up to watch it.
Yeah, it's fun. Got Mancl with something coming in we're going to take a look at. Kind of dead center in the screen. Behind a little scrub brush there, working its way this direction.
See those black racks, they're working their magic. One of my favorite tools, if you couldn't tell.
A long and storied history with the black racks you have, from what I hear.
Oh yeah, just a little bit. Yep.
I think I've lost it, Jimbo. Where's it at? Still...
It's just behind that bush there.
Behind the green top on the bush?
Yeah.
Behind him, that ain't the one I saw.
Now there's one back in the where the tree
I
is
gotcha.
back over
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Two, but there are two there. He saw another one.
He was at least an 8. I mean,
On the left of the screen, we've got one. We got one kind of centered. Far left of the center, behind the dark tree left, BY Steve. Thank you, sir. We got another 35-year-old.
I couldn't tell which one it was, but it wasn't a small deer. I can still see him. I think. Thought I just caught a glimpse of him.
A live look at Mancl, having a live look at a buck. Matt Portscheller says it's deer 30 LFG. Sir, it is.
Oh yeah, definitely. Spitzley serving.
Hopefully they just kind of mess around there and loop back through. Do you see him at all?
It's crazy too, Carrots, how, you know, 1 minute they're just kind of just messing around, and once, you know, you get that right note or flip that switch and they come just barreling right in.
Right. Yeah, you got to be on high alert right now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I know something's over here. Maybe he just needs a minute.
We're going to keep our eyes on what Mancl's got going on, kind of simultaneously having a look at Cheeks. Mancl saying there's a larger buck and a smaller buck there. With any luck, that larger buck would be a shooter and have some action.
I don't know if he was a shooter or not, but he was not a bad deer.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. See him come in and see Michael put the pin to him.
You know, honestly, what deer it looked like was that big 8-pointer that the first morning we hunted here, the one we saw driving in. You don't think so? I mean, he had the tine length of that deer, I thought. Yeah. I only got like a few seconds of a decent look at him just to tell he had a good bigger rack. I'm like, I ain't the little one I'm looking at anymore. Well, when I first saw it, they must have somehow swapped or whatever. Someone said, who's running your camera? Stand bots. Use your good eye. JK.
We've got some comments coming in, wondering who's cameraman on Mancl, and wanted to take a second just a reminder. Most of what we do here is centered around bringing people into the outdoors, the love of the outdoors, and a lot of these guys are getting their hands on things for the first time, second time, third time, learning new tricks. Jimbo, you could speak on that, but these guys are interns who are just kind of getting up to speed a little bit, so that's why you'll see a little bit of fuzz every now and then.
Yeah, Michael and Brennan, they bring on 2 interns every year, and it's awesome working with these guys that want to learn to do what we're able to do day in and day out when we go out. I remember when I first started, it was hard for me to stay in focus. I mean, I'm still learning stuff every day, but what's awesome is Michael and Brennan give these kids opportunities to come in on an internship where they teach them kids that have no idea how to use the camera, where they go through and teach these kids ins and outs of day one of learning the camera through editing, doing pictures, and they do a phenomenal job because, like I said, when I first started, I wasn't very good at all, and the work those 2 have done with me, I've came a long ways, and we just want to give a shout out to those 2 for giving opportunities to these interns, and that remember the comments, before, know the whole story before you comment, because, these are 2 guys learning in the field where I've had a lot of experience where they've came from no experience to working to where they are, and these guys are doing a phenomenal job running cameras,
Yeah, they are.
doing editing, and, just doing comments, negative comments, not knowing the whole picture, is not very good. So let's, look at the focus, and
not that we've had anything like that. Like, nobody's been negative, in the comments. We just wanted to make sure everybody remembers what we're doing and how we make this thing work. It's just, it's awesome. It gives guys with little experience an opportunity. That's a difficult thing to get a hold of.
Yep, you hit it on the head, Carrots, right on the head.
I just saw him, like, yeah.
Got a little bit of tail flipping action right in the center of the screen here for Mancl. I don't think we've made out exactly what we're looking at yet.
Horns, but I don't know what it is.
Oh, yeah.
There might be more than one deer there, though. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is he kind of facing towards us right now? There's more than one deer there, for sure. lost him in that. Is he? Yeah.
And I can't believe he's not wrapping his sweet lips around that grunt tube and giving her another angelic puff.
He's keeping you in suspense, Carrots.
Yeah. That he is.
I just got a glimpse of him again. Going left still. I don't think that was the first deer we saw. His frame looked a little different. Yeah. Oh no. That might be the same one. Yeah, it's a nice.
Maybe whoever's riding that four-wheeler around there,
it's a nice
chase that deer toward Mancl a little bit.
Do a little deer drive.
Yeah. Got Ross with deer in the field also. I haven't got an eye on what he's looking at yet.
Getting to be that magic
It's that
cowboy.
time. Yeah, it's
Now
that
we
time.
just need Mr. Big to step out.
He went behind this stuff.
Goulash has got deer also.
Maybe he'll flush them
Yeah.
over our way.
Is that your 30-incher? Carrots?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ross
no.
has got a
Doesn't
good
look
buck.
like it. Going the wrong direction, but yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'd say
stand-
about 3.
I'd say 3. That's the magic number, dude. That's the safe bet. When you're looking at a decent deer, 3.
When in doubt, go with 3.
Yeah, that's my rule.
Sure, we can.
Let's see. And check out this instant replay. Ah, very nice. All right, now we're going to switch to the pylon cam.
I'm pretty sure when we sat that spot that one morning,
Little shake, shake.
when the lens wasn't working, I'm pretty sure that's that bug. What? Dude, he could be in the corner. We don't even know it.
Yep.
I said he could be in the corner. We don't even know it. Like, I don't understand where he came from. He had to work the corn all the way in, like inside of the corn.
Strolling in.
We would have
What are you thinking, Carrots? 2-year-old? Or 1-year-old?
Is that good?
Give him a solid 2.
Tail's making that noise.
You're not going with 3 when in doubt 3?
Nah, not on him.
You sure about that?
Yeah, my 3-year-olds are a lot bigger than that.
Just checking, just checking.
I see that. Steve's with me on the aging. 23-and-a-half-year-old, easily. Could be 25.
Age before beauty? Looks like Mike has something coming in. I see movement. Was just left of that big tree, just a little ways out. Yeah. Maybe his big one will step out now that the little one's out in the open. Maybe it'll ease him a little.
Yeah, we might get lucky. That'd be nice to see.
Yeah.
Checking back in with Mancl.
He took your advice, Carrots. He's going with the grunt. So when are you looking to get out next, Carrots? I mean, it's starting to get pretty heated out there. I mean, not too far away. They're going to be running full bore.
Not 100%. I'll probably be hitting the woods next week. I'll probably start getting out there. We've got a lot going on. I'm actually next Saturday having a wild game dinner at our house for our church, the men's.
So what's the address?
You're welcome to come. Hit me on a text, and I'll let you know where to be.
Okay, Spitz, you ready to rock and roll?
Spitz will come down. He likes this neighborhood. But so that's gonna kind of kill my next Saturday, which is opening for muzzleloader season. So that sucks, but it is what it is. You know, I get my fix here when I can't be out in the woods, and then I did save up a little bit of vacation time, so probably the week before Thanksgiving, I'll take a long weekend and take my boys, and my dad will probably come with us. We'll all go out to our family property, stay at the cabin, and spend about 3 or 4 days there. Hopefully clean house. We've
good luck
got a
on
walk-in
that.
cooler. Yeah, thanks, man. We've got a walk-in cooler, so we like to put several down in a few day span, hang them, and then maybe 3 or 4 weeks later we'll butcher them up. So ideally, that's how it works out every year. Yeah, it's
keep
great.
it rolling.
Yep. All right, we are going to take another quick commercial break. Give Mancl time to clean the saliva out from the grunt tube, and we'll be back in just a minute. Oh, we got a fox or something here.
One right behind us here.
Oh, I can just see enough not to tell what it is. Coyotes.
Coyote. That
That's the one
definitely
in Colorado
makes the
wolves.
hunt hard when you have that.
Yeah, that ain't a good sign.
No.
So they're in
usually the
view of a
size. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say they got a buck in view and coyotes, multiple coyotes in view at the same time. But that buck ain't hanging around long.
Nope, that's
All
like
right,
when
guys.
a doe blows. It ruins the fun.
Yep. All right, back to that commercial. This episode is brought to you by Quiet Bubbling Streams.
Yeah, I've been looking for a big one, but it's really hard to find.
Is this one big enough?
I think I'll keep looking.
Hey, I've got one over here I can show you.
Well, I hope yours is bigger than the one the last guy showed me.
I think I have exactly what you're looking for.
Yep, that's huge.
Try it out.
I'll take it. Sorry, boys.
Right. Thanks for sticking around. Checking right back in with Mancl. A live look on the Yotes. What do you think, Jimbo? Are you shooting them or no?
He was 26 yards.
I guess
If I
I don't know
had
Iowa's regulations.
If I had the tag to be able to harvest coyotes, I would. Yotes. I would let it fly because pretty much them two running around, I'm guessing, flushed whatever was around there for deer out.
This is wild. The boys are saying Mancl can't legally shoot coyotes in the urban unit he's hunting, or he would definitely be firing one.
Yep.
Got to protect the coyotes around cities, man.
Yeah, I hear ya.
Yes. I don't know why you would.
Yeah, that's a heartbreaker when you sit out there and you have really good deer with another deer out there, and then you have them come wandering in and kind of put a damper on the night for you. But
yeah,
that's the way it goes with hunting. Sometimes you have good highs, and that's just one of the lows when you have one of them come in and spoil the evening for you.
Yeah. Still something cool to watch, though. Even though it sucks.
Yeah,
for
definitely. But that's what's nice about hunting too, you know. Just besides seeing deer, you get to see a lot of other wildlife that you never get to see. You know, for the people that don't go out and hunt. I mean, for me, it's very enjoyable seeing all the wildlife and all the different creatures out there.
Yeah, for sure.
You sure Michael didn't have a coyote call instead of a grunt call?
I would say the way he works it, he could call in just about anything.
Gotcha. I hear you there.
Yeah, that deer is all over the place. What? Yeah, it's coming in.
Looks like
He was all over the place last year too.
Mike's got something going on. I don't know if it's still those Yotes or...
I don't have a clue. Boy, that's impressive how still Mancl can stay.
Yeah.
It's like a statue.
Yeah. Sounds like Ross has some stuff going on. I don't know if it's that small little same buck or what.
That's what I thought I could hear him saying.
No.
We ain't gonna get back till late. This is gonna be late when we get back. That's a deer.
He's got one around there.
Did you hear that?
Hopefully
I heard
Mr.
him
Big Step out
talk.
for Ross and keeps this streak a going.
Heck yeah. You could hear him saying a few minutes ago they could hear some rustling around, but they weren't able to locate it or see what was going on.
Uh-huh. It's crazy how they can blend in so well, you know, and you know, with a lot of the surroundings around them. It's crazy.
Boy, sitting on the back end of that little pocket like he is has got to be promising. It's got me excited.
Yeah, definitely looks money there. Nice and calm. Couldn't ask for a better day. I mean, cool weather. Really good day.
Yeah.
I mean, and then sitting in that pocket there.
Yeah, that corn's got
recipe
no
for success.
Yeah, he's got looks like zero wind at all.
Yeah.
I don't even see any of the corn rustling at all.
No, not at all.
You think that's a benefit or a hindrance? Your deer hunt. You think deer move
It's
a little
kind of
more?
It's
when you
kind of
got
a
breeze?
double-edged sword. I mean, if you get a lot of deer around you, you know, they can move well, but then too, you know, like you break a little branch, it's so amplified because it's kind of so quiet where with a little bit of wind you can get away with a little bit of movement and stuff, but with dead calm, it's tough.
I think as a prey species also, I believe that they are more apprehensive to be mobile when there's nothing, you know, there's no breeze. They're not able to scan the area with their nose as well.
Yeah, I would agree. And then too, you know, with it being so calm too, you know, like with coyotes or, you know, wolves or stuff like that, or a lot of other apex predators, you know, it's way easier for them to pick out sound or, you know, a little bit of movement with it being so calm and with no wind.
Right.
Whenever he wants. Those deer definitely were like inside that curve and were running at us through the corn. So they might pop up. Just keep your eyes peeled over there.
So which do you prefer, a little wind or no wind?
I'd rather a little wind. I'd rather a little
Yeah, I would
consistent
agree.
wind. Yeah.
In your favor, not the negative wind where you can't hunt your spots.
Yeah. Well, as long as it's consistent, I don't even care if it's
Yeah.
in my favor, as long as it's not shifting and changing. But that's like the one of the trickiest things about hunting around here is that, you know, with the terrain being a little more mountainous, you get thermal activity, and it can get. Most of these ravines have creeks, you know, like spring-fed creeks that are running through with cold water, and I think that has an effect on scent because it, you know, cools and warms throughout the day. The air temperature does, and I think those creeks carry scent with them, as in the air current that they create. So it gets kind of like a art more than science to play the wind, I guess you would say.
I would agree with you 100% because I remember where I used to hunt, way before where I hunt now, it was all flat land, and then I switched to where it's all ridges and ravines, and definitely a very big different way of hunting with, the way the thermals are, the wind, where it can swirl in those hollows, or, the wind directions always constantly changing on you. Like you said, it is definitely an art hunting with the hills and different terrain.
Yeah.
Looks like Ross has another deer on him. It looks like a doe.
Yeah. Yep. I think he's got a few in the area, but this is the only one they can get eyes on.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, that pocket's definitely dynamite there. He's
it looks like
on deer in and on and off. Yeah, another one behind that one.
You ever had a deaf dog, Jimbo?
Me? No. Have you?
I got one right now.
Yeah.
We adopted a dog from some folks that we know, and turns out he's deaf. And he barks like the most annoying sound you've ever heard, and I can hear him out in my yard right now. I hope it's not getting picked up on the mic.
Oh, I see her. Don't move. She's right under us. Just be careful.
Yep.
Gotcha.
We're going to take a second, get a quick closer from Mancl. After a fresh battery swap, he was froze for a second, but we got him back.
I thought it was going to be. Seen probably 2 or 3 bucks. One solid one. We didn't get a great look at him, but it looked like maybe a solid 8-pointer. Probably similar to the buck we saw last weekend here. Closest he came was probably 150 yards, 200 yards out, somewhere in between there. Handful of coyotes, but unfortunately, hunting urban can't shoot coyotes, so would have loved to have plucked that one right off the log, but can't do it, so. But that's going to be pretty much a wrap for my hunting for tonight. We got a few minutes of shooting light left here, so we'll hang it out, but thanks for watching the live. Tune in next week, and be back out here somewhere in Iowa in the coming days. Not really sure where, but kind of just bouncing back and forth between hunting urban and hunting my permission farms, just depending on the weather. So we got a warm front coming here earlier in the week, and then it looks like it's going to get good again. So that's all I got for you, folks. See you next time.
Well, that's going to do it for Mancl.
Yeah, unfortunately, when coyotes come rolling in like that, it's a tough pill to swallow when they put an end to your hunt early when you have bucks around you, but that's the way she goes.
Even that buck, he was 30 yards before we seen her.
Hunting cornfields is not easy. They definitely like to play
kidding.
hide and seek.
Yeah, that's a lot of cover.
Yeah.
Wonder what the end of their legal light is.
That I do not
20
know.
minutes.
I would assume so. 'Cause Iowa's a lot different.
Ryan
Not from
Kolzak says-
Wisconsin or the other ones.
Yeah. Ryan Kolzak says Weeks is a notorious big buck hunter, but he will harvest a mature doe if given an opportunity. I believe that.
Yeah.
Ryan, thanks for tuning in and commenting on the lives also. Appreciate it.
This is gonna be tough getting out of here. Okay, hammering some doors. Hey, I guarantee you he's right here somewhere.
Cheek's trying to make an escape plan.
Yeah.
Got deer all around him. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully he gets the opportunity where Mr. Big comes in and he can just let one fly and he won't have to worry about that.
That would be ideal.
Yeah.
PY Steve is winning the Commenter of the Night award. Doled out by the Breaking Point fellas. That's funny. He's been super active, for sure.
What's that? You got a dime.
We also have Kevin Trent checking back in on the YouTube live. Remember him from last year? He's a East Tennessee fella as well. Got a couple deer and a black bear. So congrats to you, man. Thanks for tuning back in.
Congratulations.
We are going to take another quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Close out the episode. Stick around. We got some little more fun to have before we're done.
Any short-sighted spy in the field can provide you with images. Only the Moultrie Edge 2 cell cams provide tactical reconnaissance. High-resolution photos and videos paired with detailed intel of where game is most active. Built for simplicity, just turn on your Edge 2 cell cam and it will auto-connect to one of the 4 major cellular networks, while our easy-to-use app arms you with game plan, so you can determine where and when to hunt. Don't just capture images, gather intelligence.
Made by hunters for hunters. Trick Outdoors was created in 2023 with a goal of bringing quality American-made products to the hunting industry. Climbing sticks, bow hangers, hub blind accessories, and more. All inspired, engineered, and manufactured by us in the great state of Wisconsin. Check out all of our products at trickoutdoors.com or find us on social media at Trick Outdoors.
just heard him die. That's a deer. So dark in there.
Welcome back. Checking back in with Ross Weeks as it gets a little bit dark here in Iowa. He's got a few minutes left of shooting light. Covered up with deer right now, several around him.
We'll do one at the... Is he asking? Yeah. Good. Well, we're out of light here. This evening we had a really good set. We ended up seeing quite a few bucks. We've seen pretty much every deer I figured we'd see, besides one, our big boy. But we had that nice, I'm pretty sure he's a 3.5-year-old. Last year he was real spindly. Not a big body on him, but he's going to be a great buck next year. We had him come by right here, 15 yards through the corn. That was a sweet encounter. It was pretty awesome. Kind of got me going a little bit. And that was quite a while ago, so I figured there's a good chance we'd see our big boy, but he never showed up, and that's why he's as big as he is. He's smart like that. But we appreciate you guys joining the live this week. It was a blast. We'll see you guys next week.
His light's dwindling down for Ross. Heck of a good set for him, though.
Right.
Like,
what did you
big things are going to happen in that set for him this year. Sometime. I have a good feeling about it.
Yeah, I would definitely agree on that. Ross puts in a lot of homework, and does a lot of hard scouting, and I'm pretty certain he's going to have a lot of good things coming out of that as well.
Yeah, heck yeah. We joke about deer age. Obviously, I do quite a lot, but I'm also semi-serious about it. But I had kind of spur of the moment idea as we start to wrap up this episode. I think I'm going to do a giveaway that I'll throw in also for this season. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but I've got all kinds of goodies laying around here that are still in the package. If anybody can guess the year that this deer over my shoulder was killed and where, I'll throw in a pretty sweet giveaway. What do you boys think? Jimbo?
What year were you born?
You got any? I was born in 85.
85.
I didn't say I shot that deer.
So you seen you hit it with the truck?
No. I'm just saying it might be a little older than I am.
Yeah. 85.
But some solid.
I'm going to go with 79.
Tonight, though, man. You think so? I think she was
79.
shot 79. Producer Daddy Spitz, you got a guess? I know nobody can hear you, but we'll let them know what you think. He's thinking it over. He's rubbing his chin. 83. Ooh, you might be onto something there. 83 Michigan, says Spitzley. 1983 shot in Michigan. He's not right, but he's not totally wrong either. We've got a bunch of comments coming in. I've actually got the tag still for that mount with the date on it. So I'll throw a picture of that up whenever we announce the giveaway. Something cool. A little extra fun. But heck yeah, man. Great night on the live. We had good sets. Everybody's got activity. That's what we're after. You know, as long as we stay consistent with deer activity, it's a matter of time before somebody sends an arrow downrange. So had success last week. We had good activity this week. I got a good feeling, man. We're going to have another successful hunt on this series for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I agree on that. Prime time is pretty much arriving pretty quick, and next weekend, you know, I would agree something definitely is going to step out where one of the guys are going to send it through the boiler house.
Yeah, heck yeah. All right, everybody remember, take a look at this buck over my shoulder. Guess the year it was killed and the location. We'll throw a sweet giveaway together for that. We're going to take our last commercial break of the episode. Stick around. We'll throw a recap in there too. A little highlight reel for you. All right. Here comes the commercial break and the recap. You guys have a good night.
You want a site that's built to last, has been proven, has a lifetime warranty, and is made right. You want a site that's built to last, has been proven, has a lifetime warranty, and is made right here in the USA. HHA makes sites for all archers, all skill levels, and for all users. Whether you're flinging arrows in the backyard or going on the trip of a lifetime, trust isn't built overnight. It's built by being number one for decades. HHA.
Oh my god, that's such a rush, dude. What a freaking awesome buck, man.
When in doubt, go with 3.
Yeah, that's my
You're not going with 3 when in doubt, 3?
I guess
If I
I
had
don't know Iowa's regulations.
If I had the tag to be able to harvest, looks like Ross has an older deer on him. Looks like a doe.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's got a few in the area.
That's gonna be pretty much a wrap for tonight. We got a few minutes of shooting light left here, so we'll hang it out. But thanks for watching the live. Tune in next week. And be back out here somewhere in Iowa in the coming days. Not really sure where, but kind of just bouncing back and forth between hunting urban and hunting my permission farms, just depending on the weather. So we got a warm front coming here earlier in the week, and then it looks like it's going to get good again. So that's all I got for you, folks.